So I already played the original Peggle quite a bit. I've got quite a few hours, I'd like to say, but I haven't played Peggle Knights. It's the first time playing it on the computer, which playing Peggle on a computer is a lot better than playing it on a console, because you can hardly aim when you don't even have like an idea of where the cursor is. So if you don't know how Peggle works, you gotta shoot the ball to hit all of the orange pegs in a level. And optionally, you can get all of the blue pegs, but you don't need to. All I can say about Peggle is that Peggle Knights and Peggle Deluxe are the only games that are good in the entire series, because Peggle 2 sucks, and Peggle Blast is a mobile game, so it sucks. The funniest thing about Peggle 2 is that when it was revealed, the guy who was presenting it did a really cool jump. He was like, "Peggle 2!" He screamed the name, and then he jumped up in, I guess, excitement, and then I don't know why he did that, because Peggle is like the least exciting game known to man. The music in this game's awesome, though. It's very relaxing. But I'm gonna talk over it. Once we get out of Beyond territory, we're gonna get some more interesting... Ooh, that was actually pretty cool. Nice. Oh, wait, this. Nice. And now we got the cool guy, Jimmy Lightning. Things are radical stuff's awesome, and yet because of the way I talk and how I look, people assume I'm a dummy. But like this one time I totally dreamed about curing all disease. Peggle should have made like a promotional image of Jimmy Lightning with a mask on, because he's a doctor. He wants to be a scientist, but if he's curing all known diseases, he's practically a doctor. Probably just insulted the entire career by saying that they're practically the same thing. Doctors just piggyback off of the success of scientists. They just prescribe you with things. Think about how much research a doctor is doing. This is a very, probably very bad thing to say. I do not believe that doctors are bad people, unless they're giving me a vaccine, in which case I hate them. I think if they're gonna add a Peggle character to Smash, which is obviously a thing that like everybody thinks about all the time, especially me, they would definitely add Jimmy Lightning. My favorite thing about Jimmy Lightning is his design. Listen, if you don't appreciate Jimmy Lightning's design, you would appreciate it way more if you saw his other designs, because his Peggle 2 design looks like he is about to sell you cigarettes, and his Peggle Blast design looks like a literal baby child, or the sort of thing you'd see on one of those crappy Hulu Kids shows. I don't really appreciate Peggle 2 trying to be comedic as well. They have all of these funny, lol random moments, like in it, like beyond like fart rainbows or whatever, and it's like, this isn't funny. It's not meant to be this like funny thing. That's why I'm making a comedic video about it. Also, look, he got the Nobel Prize for extreme smartness. And I did not pronounce the Nobel Prize incorrectly. It says Nobel, named after the guy who invented dynamite. He exploded, and then everyone was like, we should name an award after that. So it's actually a joke about how stupid Nobel was. And it's kind of mean that they did that, but you know, the guy shouldn't have blown himself up with dynamite. If he hadn't invented dynamite, then maybe he wouldn't have an award making fun of him, because Nobel would be the last guy to earn a Nobel Prize. Yes, my favorite character, Renfield. He loves painting. He's even dabbed a canvas. This is based off of that. I think this is the Van Gogh painting, I believe. I'm surprised they didn't do The Last Supper. I don't think there's a god in Peggle. But if there is, I feel like Jimmy Lightning has got something to do with it. This level's awesome. Point made. Holy crap. That's the coolest thing I've done this entire time. There's little cat guys here, and I don't know who they are, because in the original painting, I forgot what this painting's called, it's just people, and I guess they don't want to have human beings in the Peggle universe. One thing I like about Renfield is that in Plants vs. Zombies, the pumpkin, his almanac entry, mentions Renfield being a Peggle master, and I always thought that was a neat continuity as a kid. Look at how small these pegs are. Those are some small pegs. I wouldn't be like, you know, that familiar with small things, but like, just based on like initial judgment, I'd say those are some pretty small pegs. In the original Peggle, there's a level that spells out the word fever, and the R has this really long and big peg in it that I really like, because it looks kind of out of place. This is the kind of game that you would depressingly play like at night with all of the windows and doors closed in like complete darkness and your eyes half open and you haven't really slept in a while, and you know you're alone and all that, and like you don't really have very many interesting hobbies, and the things you are interested you haven't really, you know, done in quite a while, and like you're got like a scratch on your left leg like I do, and you've got you know, yeah, that's the kind of person that'd play this game. And they'd probably be stupid too. Yeah, what a stupid idiot. Oh, I got pyramid pile up. Now I get extra pyramid. Good thing pyramid sucks. It makes me want to shove forks into my eyes. Preferably not dislodge them. So then I don't have to look at this stupid cat anymore. Who's this octopus? Is that Marty the octopus? Peggle fan wiki editors, please please put this octopus on there as Marty the octopus. His likes are fried rice, long walks on the beach, and having sweet nothings whispered into his ears. His dislikes are children. He hates the little guys. He wishes he could stomp on them, but he can't because he's got tentacles, and those apparently are not very great at stomping. I don't really know much about bowling. Played Wii bowling. If you ever hit the button at the end of 100 pin bowling that causes all of the pins to fall over, and instantly gets you a lot of points, then, you know, you're a good person and you deserve a medal. Find your nearest army veteran and strip his medals away from him and take them, for you have truly earned them. I don't give a damn about serving for your country. I just want to know if you've gotten the secret in Wii bowling before. Yeah, we got the French guy. He says, he starts coughing because that's not how French people talk. Alright, this guy's dream is literally to kill people, and I'm not comfortable with that. I mean, look at this guy. He's literally destroying the Eiffel Tower. I don't care if he's doing it intentionally. That's a terrorist act. This guy wants to be a terrorist. So if you've ever liked this crab before, then you probably support terrorism. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, we got the French guy. Don't come back to the clip of me saying that I really liked this crab. And I don't know why they try to paint the picture like that's the bad guy. Because Claude is clearly the one who's been destroying, like, the Eiffel Tower. And I just realized these guys grew big because of radioactive chemicals. So they literally threw chemicals in the water that, rather than making the frogs homosexuals, turned the sea life to being very big. There are chemicals like that, then why don't we have them? Not the turning homosexual ones, the becoming big ones, because I don't want those chemicals. Imagine if Donald Trump and Joe Biden intentionally drinking these radioactive chemicals and becoming giant, and then they just start fighting each other. I think we'd see the presidential candidates under a way different light if they were forced to go on a game show. They go on Jeopardy, and Donald Trump's picks entrepreneurs. So the question is like, the guy's like, the most famous entrepreneur, and Trump cuts him off and he's like, oh, I already know the answer. What is Donald Trump? If Donald Trump was asked a question like that on a game show, I'm sure he's egotistical enough to answer his own name. Like, he gets the question like, known in history as the best president, this man revolutionized the way people thought about America. And then he's like, what is Donald Trump? He's like, ooh, nope. To be fair, it's a very broad question. This is what flat earthers think the sky should look like. Wasn't there a thing where when, like, I think Jake Paul or whatever, he was like, I am coming out as a flat earther or whatever. And then the Flat Earth Society Twitter tweeted out saying, no, we will not be accepting Logan Paul as a member of the Flat Earth Society. When the Flat Earth Society is not going to accept you, that's pretty bad. To be fair, I'm pretty sure he was joking. Like, he didn't actually think the world was flat, which, good for him. He's not that much of an idiot. It's my favorite thing about government conspiracies. It's always something like, oh yeah, the Earth is flat, the moon landing was fake. Even if they were true, what does that mean? Our worldview would change if we knew the Earth was flat, but nothing about the things we do every day would change. I wouldn't stop going to school or whatever because the Earth is flat. So why on earth does that even matter? At least something like the moon landing was fake. I was like, oh no. So what? Like, he's saying that like all scientific discoveries in relation to the moon are now not, are now irrelevant? But why would they fake something like that? What benefit do they get? So if the government lied about like them needing taxes, then obviously they get a benefit out of that, which is that they get more money. But people don't make conspiracies that the government doesn't need taxes. There's the one that's Australia is fake, which personally, as someone from Australia, I kind of, there's a fine line where I kind of have to agree at some point. All of those convicts that were the reason why Australia was discovered in the first place, they were drowned in the ship that was leading to Australia, which is actually, I'm joking around, but that's actually what they believe. It's that the colonists drowned, but to cover up the fact that they just drowned all of the colonists on the ships, they just said, oh yeah, we took them to this new country called Australia. And so once again, I had no idea how on earth that helps them at all, why that's a useful thing to lie about. Why on earth would they lie about a country existing? It's like when I make some random statement, like something just to gaslight people because it's funny. He exploded, and then everyone was like, we should name an award after that. I didn't get anything out of it, so are they just saying that the government would be, like, making things up for fun? Like, is it just like, guys, wouldn't it be funny if we lied about landing on the moon? Bling! Boo, boo. See? Wait a sec. Are those humans? Those are just straight up people in the background. I thought there weren't humans in Peggle. And I guess they don't want to have human beings in the Peggle universe. Heck. Those are humans. This one level means a lot for the Peggle canon. This guy is a fire-breathing dragon and wants to be a firefighter. I'm not one of those people that tells people that they can't achieve their dreams. But I'm just saying that there's little hope for a fire-breathing dragon to become a firefighter. And so in this one, he's carrying a bucket of water and throwing it over the fire or extinguishing the fire with it. How useful of a tactic is that? Because I'm pretty sure that firefighters don't just throw just regular buckets of water to extinguish flame. I gotta say, this guy's a pretty crappy firefighter. From literally breathing fire to not knowing how to put out fires. I think this guy should just be like an accountant or something like that. I feel like that's a better business for him. Hey, hear me out. I think this guy's a masochist. Because his dream is to become a firefighter, but he's currently dreaming of like an entire city to catch on fire so that he can go and save it. I mean, I guess any dream ever where you're stopping something from happening requires you to dream of the thing happening in the first place. I think this game is definitely not canon. If you were to ask the Peggle team if this game is canon to the Peggle universe, they'd probably say, "What are you talking about? There's not a Peggle universe. Are you kidding me? Are you stupid? Can you leave my office? We haven't made a Peggle game in years, but I don't want to talk about this stupid franchise anymore. And no, there's not a Peggle lore. What are you talking about?" They'd probably say something along the lines of that. Oh yeah, this one's actually really cool, this set of pictures, because it's a reference to Zuma. The whole thing is a reference to Zuma, which might be a game I play at some point, but it gets pretty stressful, so I would not count on it. Oh, that was so close. I think I lost 10 years off my life from that. That one in the yearbook. Oh. Easy. Literal easiest thing I've done in the world. First try, even. And now he's gonna run away. I take back what I said about traps. That's should not be as funny as it is. But that's gotta. I bet if you look at the Steam community page for this game, there'll be at least 5 on the first 5 scrolls. You'll find people showing that screenshot. And you can take my word for that, even though I have no idea. That image, that picture is not good looking. The proportions are really off to me. It looks like something. It reminds me of that one image of Tails sitting on the bench. No, he's gonna pick a guitar. Does he pick the cool golden one, or does he pick the random silver one that sucks? It's like the one, it's not a fairy tale. It's like some kind of parable or whatever, where it's like you drop the axe, the crappy dingy axe in the fountain, and then the fountain spirit shows up and says, "Which one was your axe?" and then pulls out your crappy dingy axe and a golden axe, and you got to say, the crappy dingy axe, and then she gives you both the golden axe and the crappy dingy axe for being truthful. Which I'm sure if, say you dropped $5 on the ground and some guy picks it up for you and says, "Oh wait, which one is yours?" and he pulls out a $50 note and a $5 note. Fairly confident that if you said $5 note, he's not going to give you both. So no, being honest is not, it's not always going to give you results like that. So don't listen to that parable. Take the golden axe. Who cares about the crappy dingy axe? Someone's going to be like, the crappy dingy axe is so me. Yeah, well, I'm the golden axe because I'm cool. If you're going to call yourself trash, then I'm going to call myself really, really cool then. That's a good response. If you ever encounter someone who's really one of those really self-deprecating people that calls themselves trash, then just say, "Yeah, well, I'm really, really cool." So it cancels it out, because they're trying to be humble, but just coming across as like, "Oh, pay attention to me. I want people to pay attention to how much I suck," and then you're just like, "Yeah, well, I'm really cool, so." I don't really care. I hate those kinds of people. I would say I don't like people that draw attention to themselves, but I'm not one to refrain from doing a ha-ha scream or whatever. Most people lie when they say they don't want attention. I guarantee you 90% of people that say they don't want attention desperately, but are just too, stupid to admit it. But I don't want attention. I'm happy just the way I am. I'd be happier if no one even knew my name. Shut up. You're lying to me. You're lying right to my face. And I know it for a fact. Yeah, okay, so anytime someone does a self-deprecating joke, just say do the exact opposite and be incredibly egotistical. And just say how awesome you are. Or say, like, someone's like, I hate drawing attention to myself, and I was like, yeah, well, I love it, and then just scream really loudly and get everyone to like, everyone in the room, it looks like in one of those movies where everyone in the room bolts their eyes towards the main characters because one of them just said something insane. We are running out of names. I think there's Tula Does the Hula from Hawaii. That's a name, a real name that a human being had. I say had because she was sane enough to change it. Yeah, their parents are in jail now. It's not a joke. I gotta get a drink of water. Like the sound of that? Like the sound of a water bottle opening? Imagine hearing that every single day of your life. I'd admit, is that a pog jellyfish? Oh, that's a pog jellyfish. Zoom in on pog jellyfish. Put, like, black bars at the top and bottom of the screen, and then like impact font, and then write pog jellyfish. Thank you. So in this universe, Peggle is like a school. Well, the Peggle Institute is a school where you learn to become a Peggle master. Basically all of the professors are Peggle masters. Think of it as university, but for something that's entirely pointless. You'd think that it'd be treated like a sport, like Quidditch or something like that, but no, it's pretty much like a higher level of education, I guess. Also, understand that I make that Harry Potter reference in the complete lack of understanding I have towards Harry Potter, because I have not read or watched it, and that admission is always something that either makes people incredibly mad or incredibly relieved that there's someone else that hasn't indulged in the Harry Potter franchise. Because someone will be like, you haven't watched or read Harry Potter? What are you, crazy? And if there's people that are like that for Harry Potter or Mario Kart, I'd like say that to like a little homeless child. this kid is like on the streets, and these people are giving donations or whatever, and one of them gets a Harry Potter book, and then they're like, Harry Potter, I've never read this before, and then some random person comes out from the shadows and's like, wait a second, you haven't read Harry Potter? How could this be? I think it's incredibly funny to me, the idea of the Hitler mustache. The fact that the man was so notorious, his mustache became infamous. You could not be seen having the mustache without, people probably judging you. And all of this Hitler talk is kind of distracted from the fact that this level is terrifying. This is the penultimate level. This is the last level of the game. And you got this creepy looking sun with a realistic human face. The artist who drew this picture probably had a blast that day. He went home from work. He probably didn't go to work when he was drawing this, but he came home from work. His wife asked him, how's your day, honey? And he said, great, I just finished the best drawing I've ever made. He shows it to him. She shows it to her, and then she gets papers out, and then the man says, what are these for? And then she says, oh, well, let's just say, well, honey, it's a problem about us. And he says, well, I mean, come on, I just drew this really cool looking picture. You're not even going to look at the picture? And then she says, well, it's a great picture, honey. It's just, no, it's not. It's terrifying. Anyway. Matt Holmberg, that's who drew it. Well, that was fun. What did we learn? Not much. thanks for stopping by, I guess.